A coworker was a cheap date.
Why do you say cheap date?
Oh, I didn't have to go out hunting and buying drinks and, sitting around and waiting to see what I was going to get to take home.
So
I just worked on it all day at work while I was getting paid.
Okay. So you were in sales, I take it.
Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Retirement House Podcast.
Today we're going to be taking things a little less serious and try to have some fun. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some laughs.
All right, gang, it's time for Never Have I Ever, the game where we spill the tea or sip the shame. Everyone, you hold 3 fingers, and if you've done anything in these questions, you have to put 1 finger down and share your story, okay? Greg, kick us off.
Okay. Never have I ever sent a dirty text to the wrong person.
And I'm asking, define dirty.
I
mean, how have you ever?
I think it means sexual to me.
Yes.
Right, but
How dirty did you get?
yeah, that's
Just tell
I
us
mean,
what did you do? Just
Just drop a finger.
Just drop
put your finger
it.
down
Drop
early.
it to its hot. Drop it to its hot.
all right.
Anyone else? I don't see Bubby.
No.
Where's your fingers?
No, they're all there.
They're all here.
They're all there. They're all there.
All of you? Okay.
Oh, God.
You're going to win this one, I
you got
think,
another
Galen. Next up, never have I ever accidentally started a fire.
How's everybody going?
Yeah.
What you're giving us the finger now.
What? All right, wait a minute.
No, that's a
All right,
different.
wait a minute. I have to ask. Okay, you started a fire where?
In my kitchen, of course. Hasn't everyone done that at some time or another?
Oh,
No.
well,
Everybody started a fire in their kitchen.
Okay, all right, all right.
I haven't.
No,
You
me
haven't?
neither.
No.
No, but you're a wonderful cook.
Yeah, I am.
I haven't
No,
started
but
one,
I
but
don't
I've
think
been on fire
everybody's
before.
started
You
a
have?
fire.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And running. But no, that's not, it's neither here nor there.
Okay, great.
Okay. My turn. Never have I ever flirted my way out of a speeding ticket.
Flirted your way out of it.
No,
I get all male cops. I can't
I'm
flirt.
out.
Oh my gosh, you're
She's
out.
out. I only have.
You're out.
You're
You
pretty
flirted
active.
your way out of a
And you
ticket?
won?
I did too.
Of course.
So did
Hasn't
I.
everybody flirted their way out of a ticket?
No.
He was very cute. You should have seen him.
No. That would have been my story.
They never caught me.
Well, we have a winner already. Oh my!
Okay.
See, I told you were going to win because
Are we
you've
going to
done
get a second place
everything.
going here? Or are we going to, what do you think? Let's see what's going on.
Okay,
Okay,
second.
can I play again?
No, you're out.
You won.
You're going to win
You already
again.
You're
won.
gone.
All right, I'm up.
Karen.
Never have I ever slept with a coworker.
Oh, losing fingers.
Oh, you're a lie if you don't lose a
I
finger
used to
there.
work,
No,
I used to work
no,
at an overnight place. So I was a supervisor. And, it's a.
As
I really
a
wanna stay with
supervisor,
it.
you slept
But
with a
they-
coworker?
Yes. Isn't that?
Oh, I thought you were the
I
supervisor.
was.
Oh, you was.
Yeah, I was.
He was
so you slept
supervising.
with anyone you
Slept with
wanted
the
to,
super-
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
basically.
The
30
casting
years
couch.
ago.
Okay.
Okay. You have
no, was I
one
the only
finger
that had
up.
one finger, 2 fingers. Anybody else have a finger down with that one?
I got one down.
You
Yeah.
gonna tell us what happened over here in Monterey?
It was the 70s. I mean,
That's an excuse for everything.
and we were, everything happened in the 70s. I mean, it just
What happens in the 70s stays in the
Yeah,
70s.
exactly.
and a coworker was a cheap date. I mean,
Now,
Oh,
is this
not
when you were in the
That
service?
is
Not
awful.
necessarily.
Describe what this where you were.
Oh, how funny.
when does
you
it happen? Oh, a Reich's department store. I don't know what
On
it became.
Rikers Island, or is it?
It's sort of like
Wait,
But just tell us.
No, wait. I want to know why.
The commissary,
Where
They're
what, what goes on in prison stays
Why
in
would
prison.
she
Did you find a back
why
room?
do you say cheap date? So
Cheap
that's-
date?
Yeah. Why would you?
Oh, I
take
didn't
your
have to go out hunting and buying drinks and, sitting around and waiting to see what I was going to get to take home.
Well,
So
I
you
just
have-
worked on it all day at work while I was getting paid.
Oh, okay. So you were in sales, I take it.
Wait, so
No?
what did you do? Just go into a dressing room?
Dressing room?
Or where did? Yeah, I mean, like
This was a department store.
Well,
I
they
went
have
in her
dressing rooms.
section.
We know you did that. But where were you
Oh,
at?
you were into sectionals?
Where did
Yeah.
you take her to go into her section?
Yeah.
See, I was a box boy. I came to all sections.
Boxes and sections.
And I brought
huh?
stuff
Okay.
that need to be put on display.
But you
Display.
wanted to see
And-
her box.
Yes.
oh my god,
This wasn't in the window.
When I was there, yeah, I made an effort to do that.
And you made a display.
we're hitting an all new low right here, right now.
I didn't take us there. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to go to another subject. Is this where we're at? Never have I ever been arrested.
Oh, I gotta lose a finger on
I think
that.
somebody next to me is out.
Oh, you're second.
Yep, I'm second.
I think
Do
we're
you wanna tell
tied
us
for
about it?
second.
Okay, I'll say real quick. So I was 25. I was roofied. Don't remember. Hit 5 cars.
Oh, my
I
God.
supposedly chased the police chased me. I woke up the next morning with my teeth knocked out and didn't know. And I avoided the police. Investigators were calling me. And it was on my first like B movie Scream Queen set
Wow.
that the police pulled up to the set. I looked at the producer and I said, I think I have to go with these guys. I
Uh-oh.
was so embarrassed. They arrested me. I spent a night in jail. And I truly said to them, I don't remember. So,
That had to get
long
you-
story short, I was on in-house arrest for 6 months.
Oh, wow. So you couldn't even finish the movie.
Well, I actually know I couldn't finish the movie, but I was on in-house arrest and I did my time.
You should have done what I did. Flirt with the officer.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes
No,
I've.
no. I
Somet-
was seriously. I was roofied.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
do not remember. I was at Fellini's, which was an old restaurant in LA, and I got up and sang with the band.
I know Fellini's.
You remember Fellini's? And I remember putting my drink down at the bar, going to the bathroom, and that's all I remember to this day. So
Wow.
yep,
Well, I apologize.
yeah.
Five.
So,
Are we,
Five
are we going
cars.
for third place?
that's what they
Five
said. 5
cars?
cars. All right. Okay.
Monterey, how did you get arrested?
Well, I was very young and impressionable. And actually, I was probably the youngest in the group. We had all gone to the movie theater and we had walked there, and it was probably about maybe 2 miles back home. And we decided to walk because it was still light outside and nobody wanted to go home after the movie. And somebody had a box of what was called juju beads.
Candy.
Little candies. And there's a very popular highway that we had to cross on the way home. And somebody had a couple of rubber bands, one of the paper boys. So everybody had a paper, we were shooting juju bees at cars. I was the youngest by far. I was probably, I don't know, 8 years old.
Oh
or
my
something
gosh.
Oh,
like
my
that.
goodness.
And so that means my brother was probably 12. So the rest of them were probably, I think they were classmates of my brother. So they're all around 12 or so. I'm around 8. And we weren't that far away from the police station either. And they rounded us up and off we went into the police station. And they kept us on the bench and read us all the riot act,
Scared you a little bit.
scared straight. Yeah. We didn't do any damage or anything. We
Oh my gosh, 8
we
years
got-
old.
We got the riot act read to us, and I
Did it work? Did it scare you straight?
No.
no, I just knew not to get caught.
Okay. I became a smart criminal.
The rest of the guys, though, I played being 8.
Yes.
I really milked
Innocent.
that. It was
Yes.
the other guys. I didn't know anything. I was just following everybody else. I
wanted
wanted
to
to
get
get
the
man.
candy.
Speaking of-
course, though, my brother being the man he is or was, he got away. He didn't go in with the rest of us.
You ratted him out.
No, I didn't rat him out. He came down with my mom to pick me up, and he's going, shh, shh. But yeah. So I remember I took it out on him somehow later on. He was the guy that every time I graffitied anything, I wrote his name.
Oh my.
Okay.
Am I the only one left with a finger?
No,
No, I have all
you know
my
what?
fingers.
She has
have all your
her
fingers?
fingers.
Listen,
Gosh.
I didn't know.
And actually, I led a
You grew up
very
in a
exciting life.
No, you know what? I did. I think I lost all of mine, but I just want to tell the tail end of my last arrest story. And it was down in Alabama, and I got arrested for transporting seal whiskey across a
Yeah.
the state.
Bootlegger.
Yeah, and God, this is right after my first year in Vietnam, and so everybody told me, said, Jerry, you're gonna do some time, brother.
Yeah, you're of age to
Because
know.
this lady don't play. And this is in Heflin, Alabama. So I went in there and the actor in me, it was dormant until I looked up there and saw this lady. And then this lady asked me a question. She says, tell me what happened. Oh, what did she do that for? I went into this thing that you went into, and I got to crying. I mean, real tears coming out. And I said, and I came home from Vietnam, and I caught my wife in bed with another man.
My God.
She let me go.
Oh.
She let me go. I could have done jail time.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, and she let me go.
How old were you then?
Oh God, I was 20. Yeah. I think I just turned
That's
20.
before you went to the service.
Wow.
No. I went service at 18. But
Wow.
I did. This was in between time. Shoot, I got that home on leave,
See?
trying to prepare for a big party,
Oh yeah.
and transported that booze across the state line. And boy, they
Wow.
So you were gonna you were gonna drown your sorrows because you found this woman.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was the
lie.
makeup
That
part.
I
was
think
a
that was-
lie.
I mean, she believed that all that whiskey was just going for you.
she didn't care.
So,
Ah.
Okay, so never have I ever been so drunk I threw up on someone.
you don't have any fingers.
Oh, I
I'm glad.
And how many do you have left still?
Now, I still have
Oh,
three
come on.
fingers.
Okay, let's go. We have to keep
Saint
going because
Okay, go
get to
ahead.
the last one.
All right.
Not this isn't the last one. Let's say, never have I ever clogged a toilet and left without fixing it.
oh boy, I wish I was in that one.
Oh.
No,
Maybe we should skip that one.
Okay.
kind of.
Never have I ever called the fire department for help with something.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
She's not a saint after all.
No, I was doing a saintly thing. I needed help with somebody who I couldn't lift. So I called the fire department. I used to call them all the time.
I know they're handsome, aren't they? The fire department. Those
They
big
are-
fire trucks.
They are the
and the
best.
guys jumping off of them.
Yes.
I'm out of fingers.
Actually, I used to stop and buy them lunch
Oh.
when they were eating at the corner restaurant.
Yeah.
And then they'd all come over and give me a big hug. That's definitely
Yeah,
Firemen
yeah.
are, there's something about firemen.
We know the motivation for getting the lunch now.
Well, I'm an older guy. I have great grandkids. And
How
I needed-
old are you?
Oh, too old to tell. But once I couldn't get out of bed, and you have to call the fire department to get the paramedics to come put you on a plank and put you in there and take you to the hospital because your back is gone.
Wow.
So, but you know what I found out about a back injury is a chiropractor's probably better than a hospital.
Yep.
Because
Yep,
they
most
actually
of
go
the
to the
time.
problem.
No
Where all
doubt.
the doctors did was give me something for the pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Or, well, let's see if we can operate on
You
that.
couldn't even move your legs off the
I
bed?
couldn't get off.
Did you have one of those things I've fallen and I can't get up?
No.
No.
She's not that old.
Next week.
Yeah.
I hate
Next
those
week.
things. I don't want one.
Okay, so I guess you're the champion.
You're the champion.
You're in last place, young lady.
That's good.
And
But
so,
whatever it was, I had a lot of fun doing it.
All right.
Okay, next up.
Oh, next up.
I ask, would you rather? Would you rather?
Oh, would you rather?
Yes. Where would you choose between two flavors of crazy? I'll start. Would you rather read your partner's mind during an intimate moment or have them read your mind during an intimate moment? Let's start with the ladies. And
All right.
we can go around the table.
Okay, so which would I rather? Read my partner's mind or have him read my mind? I'll read my partner's mind.
Why? What would surprise
Yeah.
you? What are you looking for?
Well, because I know what's in my mind.
So you don't have a problem with that?
No, I don't have any problem with intimacy or partners reading minds.
Okay.
Either way is fine with me.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Bubby?
I have to agree with Galen, though I'd rather have him read my mind. But either way would do me all right. I think almost everyone at the table have the same answer.
I don't think so.
Well, I think though too. It sounds exhausting. I wouldn't want to have to read his mind or he reads my mind. I just want to get busy and just have fun.
Oh, really?
Good.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but like that's a lot of energy to read any. Let's not read anything.
She
Let's
sounds
just-
like a party.
Let's just get busy.
Now, I could not have her read my mind because she'd be like, "Who's Halle Berry?"
Whoa, what did I get myself into?
How about you?
I think still that would be
Are you looking to see where your wife is?
He's slick.
she's on the couch right over there with the dog. No, I think it would be fun for both of us to be able to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that might add to the party. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, my answer is going to be closer to what you had to say.
Okay. Yeah.
If she read my mind, then she'd jump out of them clothes fast.
You know, my wife actually did read my mind once, and she realized we were in a threesome.
Ba-doom, boom.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay. All right. Would you
With that-
rather get a tattoo of your most embarrassing search history term or get a tattoo of an ex name in a place you can't easily hide
What's a tattoo of your most embarrassing search history? What's that?
On your computer.
on your computer?
What you looked
Like,
up to information on the computer, what you were concerned about.
Do people do things that would embarrass them on the computer?
Daily.
I think, yeah.
Daily?
I think they
Even
do.
Secondly,
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I would definitely take the tattoo of the most embarrassing search history term because I've never had an embarrassing search
Okay.
history term.
how about research for your film? Sometimes you can come up on, you're innocent and you're looking for something,
Oh, yeah.
and it'll just pop up something else.
Oh,
Have you had that?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
You can do that just opening.
Just
That's
open your
the
computer.
problem. I've
Yeah.
seen that. Like, oh, whoa, right? Like a picture of, whoa, right?
The,
Yeah.
the
Like, you
only
don't
thing
want
that would be horrible about a tattoo of the search history is that the search
Can't get
history
rid of
is
it.
so large. It would take up a whole arm or something.
Yeah.
I mean, because I search things out on the computer all the time.
I don't know how to answer that question.
That's all right. Where would you get a tattoo? Or
Actually, I can't get a tattoo
okay,
because there's nobody that would give me one. I'm too old. And my
that's
skin
not
is
true.
That's
No,
not
no.
true, babe.
We investigated it. My skin is too thin, and they won't give me a
That's probably the
tattoo
reason the skin.
Oh, well, what about? I mean, everywhere.
everywhere.
Okay,
Oh.
okay,
Your
all
skin
right.
Wow,
doesn't
that's an
grow
investigation.
thinner in one spot and
Oh,
not
okay.
in the other. It goes to show how young you are, sweetie.
You have a tat.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you have more than one?
Nope. Nope.
What does your tattoo say?
It's a flower, and it has my son's signature. My son, who was killed in a car accident, who was 21, his signature is the stem off his driver's license. Now, I would have never gotten a tattoo if it wasn't for that.
Oh,
And so
see, I would like to get a tattoo.
well, maybe you can get a henna.
Henna. You,
henna.
you can get henna.
You can get a henna.
What is
get a
that?
henna.
Just ink?
It's
It's
ink.
ink and it stays on for quite a long time, I think.
Stays
right?
on for weeks. I used to get them when I went to Egypt.
No, I want a real
removable.
Wow, you went to Egypt?
Lady, huh?
Okay, you've been,
I have
you've been
never
around.
wanted a tattoo. Never. And everyone says, What? The only thing you haven't done is get a tattoo? Get a tattoo.
You would only get it if it had some meaning. I would have never had a tattoo.
Oh, for God's sake.
Now, you're going to get back to me. I haven't
Okay.
even got to my tattoo
Okay.
search history
All right.
yet. Or ex's name. Well, the ex's name has got to be there because my search history is going to get me arrested. So, yeah, I'll take my ex's name. We can put it on my forehead. There we go.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't think your wife would like that.
A tattoo on your forehead?
It says it has to be somewhere that I can't easily hide.
Well, that would be forehead.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
your forehead.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I don't have a tattoo. No, I don't have a tattoo. I've got plenty of scars.
Which
though.
choice would you make?
Yeah, that was
And-
a scar. I thought that
yeah.
was a tattoo.
No. You said you wouldn't tell. No, but as to the question, the search engine, I mean, the search history is kind of.
I licked my eyebrows.
How did that come out of there?
What does that got to do with my tattoo? Now, I could get a tattoo in there.
You can hide it in your
I
eyebrow.
could put it in my eye, but
Yeah.
it can't be easily hid. Is the you know,
A
I
little
mean,
one you might be able to hide in those eyebrows.
you know, I could, why not? I could get one, but I could also have it removed. I mean, you know, or add
Which
to
one?
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
which one are you
okay.
picking?
Which would I pick?
Yeah, pick a one. Pick a lane.
Well, I couldn't see doing my search history because, like you were saying, it's so long. It would be like I guess I could get around my neck and pretend I was a gang guy. You know,
One thing.
I
in
mean-
your search history.
the nerd gang.
Yeah.
No, but I guess it would be an X. And
Which ex?
which X?
Yeah, don't you have like you were married 3 times?
Yeah, I don't have to answer that.
I'm only kidding.
And you know, there's probably been a time in my relationship with my wife where at some moment in time, briefly, she was my ex.
What?
So, you know, and then we
I'm
made
gonna
up
call
and everything was
Bonnie.
fine.
Okay,
So I could do that. All right,
That's a
tell us
safe
what you got
answer.
on this question.
I'm confused now.
save me.
We're all confused.
Are you getting a tattoo or not?
I'm not getting a tattoo.
Okay.
Okay.
Period.
Good.
Period.
All right. All right. All
Oh,
right.
that's not an option?
No.
No.
Your search history or ex's name.
One or two.
Ex-girlfriend's
One or two.
name in a
One or
place
two.
that your wife can read it.
Yo,
A girlfriend's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Would you rather lick peanut butter up a homeless man's foot or walk in on your parents having an intimate moment?
Oh, God.
That's awful.
That is
I'll
awful.
I'll take my parents. I'll walk in on my parents.
Lick of. Oh.
I'm not licking peanut butter off
Yes,
of
I'm
a
with
homeless
you.
man's foot.
I'm with
that-
you. I
that
mean,
is
talk
pretty
about kinky.
Interesting.
That's
All
pretty
right.
awful.
I think that's really a sick question. I would turn around and slam the door.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
I would just choose walking in on my parents.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd walk in on my parents too.
Yes.
I
That's
guess
the
we're
easier
all
thing.
saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had walked in on my parents a couple of times,
Couple
and they
of
were
times.
always
But
laughing,
you're
and I
supposed to
thought
leave
that
the
was
room.
great. Well, I did. I backed out slowly, but
With your camera?
they were laughing.
did it ruin you? Did you have that image in your, brain for a
no,
long
I
time?
thought it was
Natural.
great
Breakfast
that
uncomfortable.
since I was the baby of the family and they were older, much older than the normal family in my circle of friends. I thought it was great. Yeah, I thought it was very.
You were
reassuring.
proud of them. That's what you're
I
saying.
was proud of him.
Okay.
I was proud of him. A little kind of grossed out at first, but then I was proud of him. Yeah.
Well, you detailed it all, so I don't have to.
Oh, mom, dad. Oh, that's okay.
You detailed it, so I don't have to detail it. I did.
No,
I
you
walked
did.
in on
Yeah.
my
That's
father
what you'd
with
rather
this.
do. What you rather do?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I licked the
Oh, you're licking the homeless guy's foot?
yeah off the
Because you
home.
like peanut butter. He likes peanut
Well,
butter.
okay.
yeah.
Buddy Jerry likes peanut
You're a
butter.
peanut butter guy.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm
He's
a
just
homeless
into
foot guy.
hygiene.
You're
That's
a
all.
homeless foot guy.
He's into hygiene.
Okay, I'd rock those flippers. All right. Would you rather always smell like pickles or always sound like you're whispering?
I would always sound like I whisper. I don't like pickles.
Oh, I love
Oh,
pickles.
I like pickles too.
I like pickles.
but to
You gonna
smell like
a pickle?
Always.
Could I smell like a pickle and whisper?
There are sweet
one.
All right,
pickles and dill
whispering. You're
pickles.
right. I don't want to smell like a pickle.
For sure, I would be the guy who would say, I would rather whisper than smell like a pickle. But I'd lose this big voice, so I don't know. I might have to be.
Then we would be in big trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whispering.
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
Monterey, what about you?
Because they can always turn up the volume if they have to, you know. But
right.
I mean, smelling like a pickle could make one a very lonely person, unless they worked maybe at a beer garden, you know, and so served a lot of sausages and sauerkraut, all that stuff.
Take it where you eat.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, you're next. Tell us what you'll do.
Whisper.
Whisper.
We're all
Okay.
yes. All right, next question.
Oh, would you rather fight a swarm of bees or wrestle a giant squid?
Ooh, I'll take the squid
Why would you do that with a squid?
because if you really were in a swarm of bees, you could die.
I would take the squid too, especially since I had one crawling up my bathroom while I was in the bathtub.
You did?
Yes.
Where were you
A
at?
squid?
Wow.
A squid.
So did you invite
Yes.
the squid in your?
No, I screamed, "Get this thing out of here!"
What country were you in?
I was in the Panhandle of Florida.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Okay.
guess that's
okay.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather fight the squid. It sounds more exciting.
It said wrestle.
Oh,
So,
well, wrestle. I can wrestle them and then eat them.
You know, I
Yeah, I
was,
don't want bees.
I was convinced by you ladies because I was going to fight the bees, but I
Oh,
probably
no.
wouldn't
No,
lose that
you
fight.
could never.
So I think you
swarm of
convinced me that I'm
bees.
a wrestler. How about you?
Well, since I've been in that situation,
Which
With
one?
both?
well, no, I wasn't really I was getting away from something similar to a squid, but
That was her. You
bees.
called her squid? That
I
was her
had.
nickname or something?
You saw the you saw that tattoo, did you? But there was a game I played with my friends when I was little, because I lived in the middle of a forest, and I was a very good tree climber. We'd play this game called Tree Transfer. And so we'd start at my house, which was in the middle of the forest, and you climbed to the top of the tree. We picked out the tallest trees we could, and you got to the top of the tree. And then the idea was to jump from one top of a tree to the next top of
my
the
gosh.
tree, all the way down to the end of the forest where the highway was.
Or the hospital was.
Yeah, and there was one time where I was warming up for later on in the day, and so I was looking at some new routes, and I was up at the top of a tree, and I jumped, and I jumped, and I jumped, and I jumped,
my
and
gosh.
crack, and down I went, bang, 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 and breaking all the branches on the way down, and boom, I finally hit the ground, and I felt something really weird on my legs. Well, I had gone through a bee's nest on the way down.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And 8 was a good year. I was around 8 or 9, I guess, when this happened. And Mom heard me. She was, at the house, and she came running out, and she grabbed me, and she saw the bees buzzing around. She just scooped me up, and she took me right into the bathroom and threw me into the tub and turned on all the water, turned on the shower, turned on the faucets, and then ripped down my pants, which were coated. I was kind of okay at that point until she ripped down my pants, and the inside of both legs of the pants were the bees.
Oh.
It was like a honeycomb.
You said this happened when you were 8. That's the year you got arrested, too.
Yeah.
You had a
Wow.
terrible
It was a good year.
8
It was
years
a
old.
rough
Was
8
time.
and
that
9, I had a lot of fun.
What did they do to get rid of the bees?
Well, they drowned. The water took
water.
care of them.
Ah.
And they stopped stinging me and whatnot. They just kind of went dormant, and I got out of it, and everything went
my
down the
gosh.
drain, and I don't know. I probably got coated with mercurochrome back in those days, and that was that. I was not allowed to be in that tree for a while, and of course I was right back up in the tree. But yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Jerry.
Okay.
So are you a squid wrestler? Or a
I
bee
think I'm
fighter?
going to have to choose the squid in this case.
Yeah.
I can't deal
Yeah.
with those bees.
Can't deal with those bees.
It's pretty almost
All right.
unanimous then.
I can't.
Okay, guys. So would you rather fight 20 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
I'll take the 20 duck-sized horses. One horse-sized duck could do a lot of damage, whereas 20 duck-sized horses, you might be able to tame them and feed them and play a game with them.
Sell
and
them on eBay, whatever.
Pretend that just pretend that they were your friends.
Yeah.
I would choose 20 duck-sized horses. I think they're much easier to handle than a duck that was the size of a horse, which you
Absolutely.
couldn't get in there and control or anything. And if you've ever had a lot of ducks in your pool or in somewhere close by, you know that they're easier to handle than a horse that was wild.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I would go with the duck-sized horses because it just sounds so cute, right? Like little horses.
Got to fight these.
No, it might be better to just have one giant-sized duck because you could just slingshot it, right, and
Really?
kill it.
You know how heavy a
Wow.
horse-sized duck is?
That's biblical.
Well,
That would give him an ounce of pain.
or yes, I'll go.
Well, you know what?
since I
I've
have to
had some
fight it.
experience. I had a horse when I was a child, a quarter horse. I rode every day. I worked in the stables actually, and I would hate to see a horse-sized duck.
Boy, me too.
Yeah, and horses can be quite interesting. They step on your feet, they kick you both ways, they bite you. I'll take the duck-sized horses. Now
Okay.
let's flip the script a little bit. Let's heat up the fight.
Okay.
Let's make it 40 duck-sized horses. How about what do you
40
think?
duck-sized horses or one horse-sized
Horse-sized
duck.
duck.
I'd have to go with the one horse-sized duck. I mean, I'm fighting this thing. I got to come up with 40 answers to those little ducks. And like you, I had a horse, and I know, and I've been bitten by him and kicked by him, and
Everything. Step on your
yeah, and they're mean. They can really be mean. And 40 of them running around me reminds me of like Gulliver's Travels, and that would drive me crazy. I would rather take my wits against one horse-sized duck, and we would have a feast after that. I'll tell you, I'd put that duck would end up on a spit.
Ooh, I like duck. Will you invite me for dinner?
Yeah.
Jerry, you want to chime in on what you do?
Well, yeah, I'd have to take the
40
one. No, not the 40. I mean, that reminds me of the birds.
Oh,
There's
the
just
movie The Birds.
too many of them. Just I can deal with one. I can jog around him, run under him, kick him, ride him, whatever, But it's just one thing I have to deal with.
All right, Jerry, let's switch gears. Time to talk current events. And this weekend we have the Oscars coming up.
Amazing! Woo! The nominations for Best Picture this year are Emilia Perez, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, The Substance, Dune 2, Wicked, Anora, and The Brutalist. Starting with the ladies, who do you
A
think should...
complete unknown. A complete unknown. I've been asking for the complete unknown to win ever since I saw it. I've seen it twice. I love it. It's the 60s. It's the great music. It's Bob Dylan. It's Pete Seeger. It's Joan Baez. It's Johnny Cash. Yes. The complete unknown.
Awesome.
I felt
So you think it hits all the marks, right?
Every mark.
Every mark.
Including taking my grandchild, my granddaughter, to see it.
Right.
And us being in each other's arms afterwards with little tears when she said, "Oh, Yuppa, is that authentic?" And I said, "Yeah." And
Awesome.
she said, "Awesome."
And what's great is that you can actually take your family. It's nice that you can, everybody can go see this movie.
Yeah, I love
Awesome.
this movie and I hope it wins.
Not having gone to the movies this year gives me a big handicap. And I'm going to go around with Galen.
Okay. All right. Well, we've talked about this, The Substance. Now, I know we talked about Demi Moore should
She should
she
win.
should win.
Yeah.
Now I haven't seen the movie just because I don't like watching movies that are scary or intense. But
Well, if you don't like scary and intense, babe,
I would
do
love.
not watch The Substance.
Now I kind of want to watch it, but I'm not going to be alone to watch it. That's for sure. All the lights in my house will be on. But I think Demi Moore, that would be wonderful for her because I really enjoy her as an actress.
Well, and she cried when she won. I think it was a Golden Globe. She won a Golden Globe, and she said, "They said I would never be able to do anything but sell popcorn,
Aw,
and look at me now."
yeah, that's
I
awesome.
want her to win.
I hate to admit, me and Buddy are in the same group. I haven't seen any of these movies, but I'm interested to know what you guys think about them. So I'll pass for a second. Let you go.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, I haven't seen all of them. I have seen a few, and of course, Bob Dylan is, of course, a hero of mine forever, and so I'd love that would be a winner. But then again, Nickel Boys I've heard a lot about, and I wanted to see that, as well as a couple of the others, The Brutalist and Wicked. Well, Honora sounds like a kick in the head, and so my vote is still being held because until I do get to see those, it would be be great.
I just from what you said, I think I could make my selection now. I would go with The Complete Unknown just because I would like to see that story with Dylan.
Yeah, it sounds like it was very well done,
just-
and he pulled it off
Yeah.
much better than a lot of other biopics I've heard and seen. And it would be great if it does do the justice they say it did. And I just can't wait to see the rest of them along with that.
All right, Jerry, what do you-
Can I make one more point about A Complete Unknown?
Uh-huh.
What I loved about it is that it was so authentic. It showed Bob Dylan not as interested in making money, not as interested in being a big hit, not as interested in either woman that he's in love with. What he is really dedicated to is that flow of lyrics, those words that won him a Pulitzer Prize for literature. And he's really always listening and writing all through that movie. And I saw an interview with him on 60 Minutes. The interviewer said, "Can you still do that?"
I saw that.
And he was so honest. He said, "No, I can't." He said that was such a magical time, and that was the time that those lyrics were coming down, and I was writing them like fury. I can't do that anymore. And then he said, "I do other things that I'm proud of. I can do other things, but I can't do that." I almost wept because of the authenticity of the way he answered that question.
Okay, Jerry.
awesome.
Jerry, you're up now.
Well, as is with you and Bubby, I've not seen any of these movies either. And I'm not going to make a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea about any of it.
So we're all actors here, and my question is, how do you all feel about award shows in general?
Let the ladies start.
I absolutely love them. I never miss them. And I don't like to go where there's a big crowd of people to see it together because inevitably they make the announcement. And then when the person is coming up to receive it, I want to hear what that person has to say. And instead, everybody's talking in the room. No, I want to hear it, man. Either you watch it quietly with me at home, or I watch it alone. I love award
Award
shows.
shows, yeah. What's your favorite award show?
Oh, I'd have to say the Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think award shows are terrific because they award somebody out of everything that's been done. And they're kind of awarding everybody by judging all of them and choosing one of the best.
Right.
And that's very difficult to do, but they're all getting recognition from it, whether they win or lose. and they worked hard. I think they should have that recognition.
Yeah, I think it's also a time for everybody to come together, honor each other, respect each other. I mean, though sometimes the award might not go to the person that you feel should or the project. I mean, sometimes that has happened. So, how does that? I mean, what do you think about award
I
shows?
love watching award shows. Sometimes the award show is better than the movie, but you never know who's going to get slapped.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's
Yeah,
action,
lately.
there's jokes, you get to see the clips, you hear all the songs that are up for the awards, so you get to really experience what other people experienced in a shorter time frame. But still, it's a good show, whether you've seen the movies or not.
Yeah, I have enjoyed them several times. With we do certain people in my circle will take turns doing the it's Oscar night at their house, and there's a little they make it very festive. There's food, there's drink, everybody's got a comfortable chair. They've pretty much all seen the movie, and so they can discuss them and go back and forth if they got no, that shouldn't have been it, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And it's a good time. It's a very good time for friends to get together and experience them at a very good cause, kind of, because they should be recognized for what they did. And of course the MCs are usually a show in themselves,
Right.
if they pick them right.
Yeah, well, I used to enjoy award shows, but I don't fancy them too much anymore because when they transitioned into all of this politics,
Yeah.
they lost me.
I do agree with that. I
Yeah,
think let's
I
stick to entertainment, and I don't really want to sit through someone's opinions about politics.
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
stick to the art.
Yes.
I think you're right about that.
Who do you guys look up to for acting inspiration? Starting with the ladies.
Oh, you always start with me.
You're so special.
There are really great actors. I feel like Timothy Chalamet. I have really wanted to be a really, if not a great recognized by the people, at least great in my own mind about, you have to be so vulnerable to be an actor. And, when Demi Moore is able to do something as grotesque, really, as The Substance, certainly Meryl Streep, and now she's into comedy, and she's finally taken Morton Short off the market, which I'm cheering that. I love acting, and I love actors, and I love seeing great performances, and I am inspired, and I've always been inspired by that.
Okay, buddy, how about you?
Again, I have not been to the movies. However, some of these actors are so talented that they can transform you into whatever setting they're acting about. So maybe I could go back to the older actors that I idolized when I was a teenager and a younger person. How about Marlon Brando or
Right.
I went to see On the Waterfront 7 times.
Wow.
And I cut school each time to do it.
So you're uneducated.
Right, that's right.
For me, there's so many amazing actors. I think Johnny Depp, when I think about so many different characters he's played, and when you get lost into the character, his type of acting, every time I've ever seen him perform, I really truly believe that he's that person. But also comedy. I think that sometimes I wish there was an award just, I think comedy gets overlooked. I think it's easier to be emotional for me than that comedic timing. So there's a lot of comedians, I think, that I'm thinking, now I'm blanking out, but comedy actors, that fascinates me.
Yeah, I love it when a comedian, tests the acting waters and does a good job. And I guess the one that touched me the most was Ray. What's the guy's name? God, if we just blank. Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Jamie Foxx did an incredible job portraying Ray. and his voice, his mannerisms, and it just amazed me that Jamie Foxx was just super talented because his comedy is great, and he can sing, he can dance, and he plays piano.
Mm-hmm.
But to do Ray, the justice that he did with him in that movie was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it depends on the part for me. A good example of that is Gene Hackman that passed away today. There's a lot that I would draw from him and his silence, his art of subtext, just like the quiet subtext of like David Jennings or Steve McQueen. They both could really say a lot by not saying a word.
anything. You're right.
And,
the big pause.
Yeah, and and so you go to movies, you study movies, you study actors, and you take away that, and those are for me. When I read a script, that'll pop in. I can see that person in certain scenes of a film, and what I can draw from that actor that I've seen and look for that in myself. So, I mean, that's what the movies do for me.
What inspires you, Jerry?
Well, I was inspired by Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon is an inspiration to me. I know he's
Absolutely.
posthumously, but the execution of the actable and the way he's able to do it. I always wanted to do that, but I was never able to. I don't have that. He has some kind of, if these kids say, graviton that I can't bring to my reading. But man, when his son was kidnapped, you know,
Missing.
Huh?
I think it was missing.
Missing, yeah, man. I know it's all emotional, but the way he executed his role, you just, and him and Liam Neeson, they inspire me. That Taken thing. I mean, he did some things that you just can't do, but you believe that he could do it because he wanted his daughter back. And it just yeah.
But what's interesting, I just started watching some old Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, what amazing. See, to me, having that timing.
What amazing.
Right?
She was amazing.
I was this was just last week, and I was watching little clips of the Lucy show, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable.
Did you see the one where she was working in the candy store?
Oh yeah, very iconic.
Iconic
And
actors.
you know who else is a physical actress is Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan is able to do things. She touches her throat or something, and she expresses so much, and that is so difficult to do without looking as though you're acting. She was amazing.
Okay, so now we're moving on to some answering some crazy fan submitted questions on Instagram. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for, our advice column. So we have these crazy fans, and Greg, why don't you start? Our lovely crazy fans, I should say, because we love them.
Oh, wow. We got a spicy one here. I've recently started dating my grandson's soccer coach, who's 15 years younger than I am. Cougar. Wow. My family is in uproar as I'm not sure how to handle all the judgment. But this is the first time in decades I felt truly alive, and we genuinely enjoy each other's company. Should I ignore the naysayers or keep pursuing this romance? Let's start with the ladies again.
Ignore the naysayers, pursue the romance.
And
Always, that's going to be my answer, no matter who the two people are.
Wrong set of ladies to ask that question.
absolutely. And 15 years difference is not a
nothing.
lot. Nothing.
Well,
So they should just go ahead with it.
15.
And enjoy themselves. They're old enough to where it's not going to make a
Do me
big
that
difference
way, please.
on
Keep me out of that.
other people in the family.
that's true, but I am a little concerned about the grandson, right? Because it's the soccer, it's the soccer coach, and it just would, I think go for it, but then she also has to
Navigate that.
navigate that relationship with her grandson because it might be a little weird.
You know, the grandson is probably saying, my grandma's hot.
Well, that's
Everyone's
true, too.
assuming the coach is a man. I didn't make that assumption.
Oh,
Ah.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
And so I'm looking at it both ways in my mind. And a man dating a woman 15 years younger than him happens every other day. So that's not nothing special.
And because of that, a woman should be able to
do the
Do
do
the
the
same
same thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the grandson, when you say grandson soccer coach, he's not going to be the soccer coach that long. She's not coaching the whole grandson's career. I think the romance will last longer than the game. What do you think?
I think she should just go and live her life. And, you know, the heck with the names there. I mean, 15 years really isn't anything. And especially this day and age. And, you know, follow her heart.
yep.
Okay.
Would you follow your heart, Jerry? What would you?
Let's move on.
And listen, I fell in love with a young man that was 20 years younger than I was. And so I asked my kids because they were the same age as the guy. So and my son answered, Mom, we all love you. Every kid our age loves you. Why wouldn't Jeff love you?
Wow.
And
Go
but
right
see, but you
ahead.
were taking care of business. You were taking care of that relationship with your sons.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Just you have that.
And if he had said, "Oh no, that's embarrassing," I wouldn't have
See?
gone any further.
All right, let's try the next
Okay.
question.
So a few weeks ago, I found some leftover cannabis gummies my grandkids had been using. And out of sheer curiosity, I tried one. Surprisingly, I liked how relaxed it made me feel. But now I'm wondering if this is too out of bounds for a 75-year-old grandmother. My friends say I'm heading down a slippery slope by dabbling in youthful vices. Is it really too late for me to pick up a new way to unwind, or should I drop the idea altogether?
Oh no, microdosing is great, and if more people did it, we would probably be living in a better world.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this would be microdosing. Okay.
Sure.
I know it's a shocker to everyone, but I never went into drugs. So I like a good drink at night, but not drugs, and I'm not about to start that now. I know that you can become addicted to things, and I don't want, at 75, don't want to become addicted to gummies.
Yeah, I think as long as it doesn't become a vice, I've actually tried microdosing before because of my hip. I have a really bad hip. And for me, it was better than taking prescription drugs.
This hits real close to home to me because I can't fall asleep at night without a gummy hardly. So I think that she should pursue the gummies.
Yep.
They
I'm with
work,
you,
they
bud.
work wonders in relaxing you at night. That's what I usually look for sleep. But and it's not microdosing, I'm maxi-dosing on that, please.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it unless, you know, of course, she's got an addictive personality, which she would know by 75. And otherwise, it's perfectly fine for her to be her own judge of that. And more power to her.
Jerry, how many gummies you had last week?
I don't have to deal with any external things like that.
That's fine.
You know, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep here, but you know, for me, the speak center controls the nerves. And when you speak it or you get pregnant in your heart with something and in your spirit, you know, it comes out of your mouth. And when it comes out of your mouth, it gets in your ear gate and then it manifests in your life, you know, whatever it is. So all of these pills and all of this dosing, you know, I just, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
All righty, let's go to the next one. I just learned I have a half-sibling born overseas while my dad was stationed abroad. My mother knew all along, which flips my understanding of our family upside down. Now this sister wants to reconnect and even move close by to make up for lost time. Do I welcome her with open arms at the risk of stirring up family trauma? Or should I keep her at arm's length?
Welcome her with open arms.
Yeah.
And your reasoning?
Because she's your half sister.
And-
Find out who she is. You know, maybe you won't even like each other. Maybe you'll adore each other. It doesn't matter.
And,
One step at a time.
and his mother already knows about it and has lived with it for many, many years.
That's the key thing.
You may as well make the family bigger. And as Galen says, if she's not a nice person, they're not going to keep her around very long.
Well, I agree. I think you open arm embrace your half sister because it wasn't her fault, right? Right? She became the half sister. This wasn't by her choice. So why not?
She didn't
Right.
ask her. Yeah.
If she didn't ask for that, right?
I agree with you, ladies. It's a
in
pretty
there, yeah.
easy question to answer. You got to welcome them.
Yeah.
It's a human,
Yeah.
loving thing to do.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Absolutely. It's the possibilities are so great to find a new sibling. I just would jump at the chance, and if it wasn't, it wasn't. But I would always wonder.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would just
Yep,
drive
you're
me
right.
bananas
Right.
if I said no.
What do you think, Jerry?
Yeah, well, I did the accepting thing. My sister, I have one whole sister out of 16 children. We both have the same father. And so she rejects his side of the family totally, still to this day. She believes that some stuff should just be left alone. And so I went out and got hit in the face with all kind of rejection and hurt and pain. And why do you do that to yourself? Because I want to know, And then when he passed away, I was able to. I forgave him before he passed away.
Right.
Because he never was a father to me. He allowed his stepwife to lock up the food from me.
Well, this is the thing. You're talking about missed opportunity, right? So with this situation, you don't want to have a missed opportunity. This sibling that you didn't know you had all of a sudden could be the greatest thing in your life,
Yep.
right? Okay, so guys, we have a couple more. After beating cancer, I'm ready to celebrate my second chance at life by getting a giant phoenix tattoo on my back. I love phoenixes, but my grandkids love the idea, but my bridge club friends say I'm setting a horrible example and making a spectacle of myself. To me, the phoenix represents resilience and rebirth, and I want to honor that journey in a bold way. Should I go under the needle, or is this too wild for someone my age?
Find a new bridge club.
I agree. How dare they?
Yeah.
I think it's great that she wants to do something to celebrate it. And her grandchildren, even if they weren't supporting her, it's her decision, not her bridge club.
Yeah, I
no
agree
kidding.
too. After going through, when you go through something so hard, her bridge club should be surrounding
yeah.
her and going to the tattoo parlor with her.
Absolutely.
Right.
They should chip in.
I don't have any tattoos. I will never get a tattoo. I don't even like them too much on other people, but that's their decision. not mine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I say whatever she feels she wants to do, she should just do it.
Yeah, I'm all for her and the new bridge club because she beat cancer. Heck, she's got a new lease on life, and
Yep.
and it's hers to do with what she wants.
Yeah, it sounded like she, the decision was hers. And she ran it by them and they didn't agree with it. That shouldn't stop her from doing
No,
what she
and
wants
I
to do.
have to say, I would never get a tattoo, but when I did, I love my tattoo. I look at my tattoo and I went through tragedy and I love my tattoo. So I say, go for your big, big tattoo on your back.
Here's another submitted question on Instagram. I'm 20 and my sugar daddy just offered to pay off all my student debt if I move in with him and his 65-year-old wife. They say they have an open marriage and want me to join their poly family. I'm intrigued by the financial security, but also terrified of how complicated that might get. Is this a golden ticket to freedom or a one-way train to an emotional disaster?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
God bless her.
Choo-choo.
Just get a job and pay off your student debt, girlfriend.
Yes.
You don't want to get into a three-way with 65-year-olds. Good Lord.
No.
She's
Yeah,
20? That's awful.
Just move on and don't stop for any lights.
Yeah.
No,
That's exactly right, Bubby.
You just keep going, and this would be terrifying.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely.
Sex slave.
This is
Yeah,
eerie.
that's what it would be, a sex slave.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they want her for.
I hate to say it, I agree with you ladies, but this time I do.
Good.
Yes.
There's, speaking of Hollywood, there's been many a movie made of situations just like this, and unfortunately, they're in the paper. You know, this is just a bad road to go down, and I'm not for it at all.
Yeah, you gotta alleviate the shortcuts in your life. I mean, you see something that may, look intriguing, looks good. It looks like it would put you to another level, and you gotta the shortcuts, man. When you go shortcuts, there could be snakes, bears, all kind of stuff.
That's right. There's no shortcut.
Falling trees.
Yeah, you could get in trouble.
That's why you don't live for the world. You gotta live for your soul. Okay, guys, what a roller coaster this episode has been.
Thanks for tuning in, friends, and please
Subscribe.
Talking to you. Okay.
All right.
You know, as we get better,
You